And here we are at our latest groovy graveside recitals. And let me tell you true, a little thing to do, perhaps some this and that, and quite possibly the other thing too. So, what we got here is, well, we're in Evergreen. This is such a large cemetery. You'll probably see me here a lot because there's a lot to cover. What you're seeing is just a quarter of the place, just what the eye can see. So this is a slice out of a pie. This mother fricker is frickin' humongous. It's humongous. It's fuming with humongousness. But I got these five guys here. That boy, I wish there was a sixth one right there with my name on it. I tell you, sometimes I'm so disgusted with this life, this world. But everybody if knows, if they know anything about me, they know I struggle with deep depression. But I think, being a taphophile, part of why I'm such a taphophile is because I take such deep peace in knowing that, look, we die. There's an exit. There's a way out of this motherfucker. And, and I can't wait to get on that fucking ride. But until then, I want to remind all you that, yeah, you're gonna fucking die too, motherfucker. But I don't know why you're so worried about it. It's where we come from. This is not it. This is a way station. This is you know it's a ride at an amusement park. It's very fleeting, and it also seems very too long at times as well. But so I'm sporting my new Alice Cooper shirt. My boss gave me this. Look at that. It's from the 2005 Dirty Diamonds album. And I don't know if you can see the back. You probably can't, but it's got a full body picture of the coupe back there. And my boss gave me that and another shirt. When the t-shirts come into our tattoo shop, he'll throw me one. He even threw me an Alice Cooper, like, a winter cap. And I was like, dude, put that out there, sell the thing. But I like it and all, but I want you to make money. I work here. I need this place to survive. And but he knows I'm unhappy there, not with him, but with a couple of my co-workers. I'm not going to get too into in this channel because this is great, groovy graveside recitals, and that's what I'm about to do in a second. But yeah, but I feel he fears he's got to win me over when I appreciate the Alice shirts. I've been through so many. I've had to retire some because they grow holes in them from wearing them so long. But yeah, we'll get that worked out. That's for a different playlist, not for the groovy graveside recitals. Now, as you see, we have Celia, and we have Stefan, and we have Susan. Oh, and we have another Stefan, and we have George, and they are all of the Patton family, Patten, and they all lived, around the mid 1800s, it seems, or at least that's when they died. Yeah, 1850s and early 60s. Here's one, 1901. That's the latest one. And look, you can see the stone came in much later because they got this red, moldy hue to them. Where this one is lacking, where they all died around the late 1850s. This one's 1901. It's got a little bit of that fungus in the corners there on the edges, but not so much. So they all say something. They all got a little something to say. This is not unusual. I was over here earlier. I wish I could show you, but I did a Victorian mansion tour a couple days ago, right in downtown Portland, and it's a brownstone Victorian house, massive. It was only their summer home. This massive brownstone Victorian house. Not too many homes were done in brownstone because that was very expensive material to work with at the time. And then you later come to find that it's a terrible material to work with because it ages very poorly. It breaks down quickly, and um, and that's no good, as you may or may not know. So, but it's holding up enough where it's still a museum. But I just happened to. It was the Libby family, was the original family, and their actual home was in New Orleans. Didn't survive the ages because they were around. They built their homes in the 1860s. But there, I just came across today their grave plot, the family grave plot, and just like their home, made out of stone, it wasn't the same stone. Luckily, it was more of a resisting stone, but resisting time and weather. And I should have shown it, but it's too far of a walk. But it was just so weird that I should just come upon the grave 2 days later of the same family. I was intimate with their home. I was in their private spaces, the bedrooms, the bathrooms, you know, which some pleb, some peasant like me wouldn't, unless I was a servant, I would have no business in that home. But now, like hundreds of thousands of others, nameless faces just walk through, and some rooms are cordoned off. The third floor was cordoned off, but otherwise you could just walk around the house. For the most part, not deep into every room. There is like, barriers. But anyway, so let's get into this. Uh, what do we got here? Get the beat up old eyes out here to read this a little bit. Here we go. So do we got any people around? That might get a little dramatic, You know how I like to get into this a little bit. What do we got? So it says here we got Celia Merrill Patton died May 27th, 1901, aged 86 years, 8 months. I wish I could only live the 8 month section of that. If I could deal with just 8 more months, I'd be fine with that. But so here we go. How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God, how great is the sum of them. Oh, yes, that's worth a double read. All right. How precious also are the thoughts unto me, O God, how great is the sum of them. It's nice. Doesn't seem to speak to me personally. Now, this one's a little hard to read because of the molding. Here I can read the third one over. It's Susan Patton. She died 1857, lived 45 years. Lucky gal. But so far I've had to suffer 5 more than her. But what do we got here? So, sleep till the day shall break, and the shadows flee away. Oh yeah, that's what happens. If you go into the light. If you're heading for the darkness, it could be quite the different story for you there, kid, when you cross over. So then, once again, I can't read the next one over, so I can read every other one. You can see how it goes light to dark to light to dark to light again. And for some reason, it's the light ones I could read. That's what it is. So we got George Patton died at San Francisco, California. Then they dragged his body back, probably cross country, this fucking stiff. Back in those days, in 1853, how do you think that body came back to Maine? By train. Back to Maine by train. So here we go. That's George Patton. We got this one I've pre-read and I like it. It's short, but I'm only reading these because there's 3. They're all short. I wouldn't normally read short ones, but 3 short ones in a row, and plus, my random ramblings. We got a video. We got a video, kid. Anyway, this is George Patton. He died 1853, 35 years. I thought he would have been like the father. It must be this guy over here or somebody, because he didn't live very long. 35 years. Anyway, faith builds a bridge across the stream of death. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And let me write a song around this one. I got that's a lyric to a metal song somewhere. I know it. But faith builds a bridge across the stream of death, and that's true. I believe he's speaking of the faith in Jesus, which does, when they say in the Bible, there's very contradicting lines. Oh, you either gonna burn in an eternal fire, like a fire, or where they say, with sin comes death. Like true death, death of the spirit. So if that's so, oh, where do I sign up for that? How much sin do I got to commit so I don't even have to be a spirit after life? Because I want true oblivion, you know. But a part of me wants that. Another part of me wants a heavenly afterlife. But but you never know what you got to do to earn that. Even as a Christian, you're always tugging between, oh, am I doing too much sin? Am I doing enough for the right thing? Where am I going to end up? What's God's, final judgment? When you take on Christianity, it's just a constant worry. I feel like there's a few people that die in the absolute faith that Jesus is going to grab them when you cross over and take you in the right direction. Um, but we all shall see. So this has been groovy, graveside recitals with your host, and ghoul with the most, Razor Wrecker here, signing out and sending you the love of Christ, because it's better than the hate of Lucifer by a long shot.